Hello everyone, and welcome back to our daily videos of Is the Shrine Worth It? During the anniversary, we're going to be getting 4 new perks every 24 hours. We're going to have a look at them in this video, give you a rating of how effective they are, and then tell you if they're worth picking up in the shrine or not. Just for reference, it is normally only ever worth picking up perks that are from licensed characters or characters that have recently been released. Today's shrine has some decently powerful perks, however, I would say in terms of an actual shrine value, I'm going to have to give this one a 3 out of 10. That's mainly because there's only one licensed perk in the whole thing. Let's start with our survivor perks first. Our first survivor perk is Deadline. This perk activates when you are injured. Skill checks appear 10% more frequently when repairing or healing and appear random places. The penalty for missing skill checks is reduced by 50%. This is what it looks like in game. In terms of strength, I'm going to have to give this like a 3. I don't really know why you'd ever want to have this. I mean, I guess maybe in a build where you're literally meant to have more skill checks, but 10% is really very minimal. Also, one of the main parts of this perk is that your skill checks missed are reduced by 50%. I mean, it kind of seems like it's a perk made for survivors that have just started playing the game. I suppose the only way that I could see this being any kind of benefit is if you're doing a gen rushing build and you want more skill checks so that you can finish the gen quicker with your great skill checks. But even then, I feel like there are other perks that will just give you a flat percentage that will increase your gen speed much better than this will. Whether this is strong or weak, it is the only perk in the whole shrine that is licensed this week. So I would 100% say it is worth picking up. Our next survivor perk is Teamwork Power of 2. When you finish healing another survivor, you both gain 5% haste as long as you stay within 16 meters of each other. This effect lingers for 4 seconds after leaving the range. This is what it looks like in game. I would say this is actually a pretty strong perk. I'm going to give this like an 8 out of 10. When you can stay at 5% haste, that is a really big speed boost. By the way, for anyone who's unaware, haste is speed in this game, like actual walking and running speed. You can just reactivate this perk again and again as well once one of you gets injured. I would say this is really worth putting in a lot of builds. Unfortunately, this is not a licensed perk, so I wouldn't recommend picking this up in the shrine. I would buy Thalita and I would get all 3 of her perks by leveling her up and buying her as a full character instead. Let's move on to the killer perks. Our first killer perk is Monitor and Abuse. While in a chase, your terror radius is increased by 8 meters. Otherwise, your terror radius is decreased by 8 meters. This is what it looks like in game. I would say in terms of strength, this is like a good 7 out of 10. This is quite a strong perk. It is really hard to show you that in an example of a gameplay kind of clip. However, this works in so many different cases, whether you want to play a character that has no terror radius up into a certain point so that you can sneak up on people, or when you're in chase you want your terror radius to be bigger so that you can have more effects of your other perks onto other survivors that aren't even in the chase. That could be a big plus as well. Even though this is a very strong perk, Doctor is one of the first characters that was ever introduced into the game, so it is not worth buying in the shrine. Do not pick this up. Just level Doctor up, get this perk in his blood web, and you're happy days. Our fourth and final perk is Septic Touch. Whenever a survivor performs a healing action within your terror radius, that survivor suffers from the blindness and exhausted status effects. These effects linger for 10 seconds after a healing action is interrupted by any means. This is kind of what it looks like in game. I think this is a very niche perk. I personally wouldn't run it in pretty much any build I can really think of. It probably is actually really good with the Dredge himself. I think I would give this a 5 out of 10 because it's probably really strong in certain circumstances, but it's not strong across the board. Dredge is not the nearest killer in the game, so it is way better to just get him whilst he's on sale, level him up, and get all 3 of his perks instead. This is definitely not his strongest perk, but it is very strong on him. Stay away from this in the shrine and just pick him up instead. To sum up this very boring shrine today, the only perk you want to get is Alan Wake's perk, Deadline, because it's the only one that is worth real life money. All these other ones can just be bought with the in-game currency, with the shards, and you just level them up and get them through your blood webs instead. Thanks for watching. Hope tomorrow's a much better shrine, because this one was kind of cheeks. Anyway, see you then. Bye.